So, John, have you been quite busy this week?
Oh, me? No, it's been a breeze. New job, watching like 8 films a week. I've had too much time, if anything.
Yeah. So, listeners, we have decided we just finished recording our Oscars episode, and we thought we're actually going to put this out instead of our
regularly scheduled episode.
I was about to say our favourite episode. I thought that'd be confusing.
Yeah, our episode on The Favourite,
yes,
which is going to come out next Friday.
Yeah, instead.
So as not to spam your feed,
Basically, we've been watching a bunch of films this week just to get everything all done before the Oscars, get all the reviews recorded and ready to go out, and obviously we're going to watch everything and still have a good time with it. Mm-hmm. And so we've not really had a chance to put the favourite episode together.
No.
So, we're just going to put that out next week, and hopefully you'll forgive us.
Yeah, and then everything will be back to a regular schedule. But so you get this week. It means you don't have 2 episodes of our shows to watch. We know you have other shows. So it makes things easier for you. You can listen to this week, and then next week we'll have the favourite, and everything will be back to normal. But yes, Thank you for your patience. We hope you enjoy this.
Hope you really enjoy the Oscars as well.
Yeah, have a great Oscars if you're watching. And if not, sorry we talked about it so much. If you don't care about the Oscars, but you just love our show, sorry that we like it so much, but we are nerds.
But yeah, here's our thoughts on the Oscars.
Yep, enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
Some films are fine just the way they are. Other films sometimes take it way too far. But really, how bad could it get? Let's go beyond the box set.
Welcome everybody to Beyond the Box Set, the podcast where we normally pitch prequels, sequels and spin-offs to films that don't have any. But today it is our Oscars episode.
Yes.
Because it's the Oscars this weekend, and god damn are we excited for it.
We have put a lot of hours into watching these films, and now we are going to talk about them.
Yeah. So I was thinking the format for this episode, what I'd like to do is I'd like to go through every award.
Sure.
Read out the nominees. I've got a big list here, big whole spreadsheet.
Of course you do.
And we each pick our favourite and pick an actual prediction.
Oh, okay. So then we can use this for our party on Sunday.
Exactly, yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And then when we do our reaction episode, which will also be out on the main show after the Oscars, after this coming weekend, we can, compare scores.
Nice. Okay, I like that.
See who did well, see who got what awards right. Mm-hmm. So we'll breeze through some of the... So I've got this in the order of how much I don't care.
Okay, sure. So we're starting at the bottom and working our way up.
Yeah. So we'll breeze through some of the first ones quite quickly, and then we'll get on finishing with Best Picture, where we'll also announce our ranking of the 9 Best Picture films.
Sounds good. Just a little note before we start. We've done reviews of most of these films, not all, but most of these films have their own reviews on our bonus show, Beyond the Box Set, which you can hear by signing up to our Patreon for as little as $2 a month. Mm-hmm. So, and also a lot of them are actually free right now, so if you want to give it a little taster, go to patreon.com/Beyond the Box Set.
Yeah, we're putting out all of this year's Oscar nominees for, Best Picture and Acting, let's say. We're putting all those ones out for free. Most of them are already up, and the rest of them will be up by Sunday.
Yes.
We're in the middle of an Oscar week right now. We're putting up an episode a day.
Yes.
Just because why not?
Why not, indeed? Yeah.
We've watched a lot of films.
We want to talk about them. We've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. All right, let's get started, shall we?
Sure, hit me.
Okay, so first category here is animated short. I know that neither of us have seen any of these.
I'm going to go on title alone because I don't think I've seen any of them, unless there's a Pixar random one that I might have seen.
Okay, well, the titles are Dikera. Might be pronouncing that wrong.
You probably are.
Hair Love.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that one.
Kit Bull.
Nope.
Memorable.
Nope.
And Sister.
Okay. I'm going to go... do you want to go first? Or
I'm going to go with Memorable as my prediction.
Okay.
Don't bother picking favourites if you've not seen it.
Sure, no, sense.
What are you going to go with?
I'm going to predict Hair Love because that's the only one I've actually heard of.
Okay, sure.
Yes. It is, I believe it's a little sweet little cartoon about a single dad of an African-American dad and daughter and how he looks after her hair.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go with Memorable because it sounds emotional.
Yeah, it sounds, you'd hope, memorable, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, next category, short film.
Okay.
So we have Brotherhood, Nefta Football Club,
right,
The Neighbour's Window, Sierra, or A Sister. As in a sister. In one of the animated shorts, there was Sister.
And now this is a sister. So one of them's died. It's just the one now.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's not even any that are particularly interesting here. The football club one, Nefta Football Club.
Sure. Okay, I'm going to go with A Sister.
A Sister. Okay.
Just to see. Okay, documentary short. Again, neither of us have seen any of these, as far as I know. In the Absence, Learning to Skateboard in a War Zone, Life Overtakes Me, St. Louis Superman.
St. Louis Superman?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Was it like Superman and Lewis? I don't know. And Walk, Run, Cha-Cha, which is...
Walk, Run, Cha-Cha.
Which is... That's me. I'm predicting that one just for fun.
Well, okay. I mean, that's clearly the best one on the title. But given that you've taken that one to make things a bit more exciting, I will go with How to Learn to Skateboard in a War Zone, which also sounds pretty interesting.
Yep, that's yeah, sure. Documentary.
Okay. Documentary feature is this, yeah?
Yeah, feature length. So, American Factory.
Okay.
The Cave. Mm-hmm. The Edge of Democracy. For Sama. And Honeyland.
Oh, okay. Do you want to go first?
I'm going to go with For Sama.
That was the one that had loads of BAFTAs, wasn't it? It's about the Syrian family living in London, I think.
Right, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's probably a good shout. So yeah, you can have that.
I mean, you can have it as well if you want.
No, I think I will have Honeyland. I've not seen it yet, but I know it's also in Best Foreign Film. So if it's in 2, that suggests that it's going to be pretty good.
Oh, okay.
I know it's from North Macedonia, which is quite interesting. So yeah.
Sure. All right. Okay. Now into some more interesting stuff because we've seen everything from this category.
Great.
So this is sound mixing. Not that we know what that is.
Sure. But it's always a joy to just be generally befuddled.
Yes.
I'll be really sad if they ever get rid of this category, just because I like being bemused by it.
Sound mixing and sound editing.
Yeah. If they ever put them together, I'll be really sad. I like that these two seemingly identical awards just are always there, and it's just like, all right.
You don't think there's more deserving awards to be split into 2?
Probably yes, but I just like the randomness of these two just clinging on somehow.
Think of the diversity they could add if they split some other awards in 2.
Yeah, no, I get you, but I don't know. I like it. I like the ridiculousness of it.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah. So nominees for sound mixing are Ad Astra, Ford v Ferrari, Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So pick a favourite as well as a prediction.
Oh, okay. Just a favourite from a sound mixing perspective, though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, my favourite in general was 1917, but when I think of sound mixing...
Yeah, we're not talking best film.
No, sure. What were they again? So it was...
Ad Astra, Ford v Ferrari, Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time.
So I feel like mixing of different sounds... Again, I'm trying to think of the difference between sound mixing and sound editing. I'm really trying. I don't know, but I'm trying my best here. I feel like Ford vs Ferrari did that quite well because it had lots of like racing noises. So maybe that.
Is that for both?
I'm going to predict Ad Astra.
Okay.
And I will say I hope Ford versus Ferrari gets it, because then it doesn't go home empty-handed, because it's not winning Best Picture. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I've favoured Ford v Ferrari and also predicted it.
Okay, so that's a good shout for Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah. Okay, sound editing. Ford v Ferrari, Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay. Was the sound in Joker really that interesting? I can't
remember
anything sound-wise about it.
I watched it last night just to refresh myself.
Okay. It's just
whatever.
It's just a film, yeah.
Yeah.
Sound editing. For this one, I might say 1917.
For both?
I will say favourite, and I will predict... I feel like Star Wars never wins this. I'll predict Ford versus Ferrari again.
Okay, sure. Well, I went for 1917 for both.
Okay.
Basically, these boring awards that I don't understand, I've pretty much just gone for both.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still
thinking about it. And if 1917
like
sweeps, sometimes they'll just win everything because. So.
Yeah. Okay, next up, music, original song.
Oh, okay.
So, Toy Story 4 with I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away.
Oh, yeah. Who sang that?
I do not know.
Okay.
Rocket Man with I'm Gonna Love Me Again. Breakthrough with I'm Standing With You, which neither of us have seen.
I've heard that song, though. It is boring.
Frozen 2, Into the Unknown, which you've not seen.
I've heard the song, though. It is okay.
Harriet with Stand Up.
Which we've heard, yes, at the end of the film. I will say my favourite is probably Into the Unknown. It's a decent little pop song.
Yeah.
I will predict that it will go to I'm Gonna Love Me Again by Elton John.
Yeah, I've also predicted that, and I've definitely favoured that as well. Sure. Into the Unknown it wasn't even the best song in that film.
It's the only one from that film I've heard because it was in the charts. I've not seen the film, but yeah.
Yeah. No, Frozen 2 annoyed me music-wise because I feel like the first one was really strong with music.
Yeah.
Not just Let It Go. Like, the other songs...
Man, yeah,
the other songs were... Most of them, if not all of them, were quite memorable.
Yeah.
Memorable.
Yeah, memorable.
Yeah, whereas this one, nothing was.
No.
And they picked the wrong one to nominate for an Oscar, and also nothing was really memorable.
No. Well, at least that stupid song from The Lion King isn't nominated, so, yeah.
What, Spirit by Beyonce?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Beyonce, but that song was tedious.
It was not the one.
No, it was really not.
No.
She can win one when she deserves it. You know? But yeah, that song from Breakthrough, I'm Standing With You, is dull. It's so boring. So I'll be disappointed if that wins.
Well, that was its only nomination, so I'm glad I didn't watch that film to do it.
Yeah, well, it's this weird Christian film, and the only reason it's nominated is because it was written by a writer called Diane Warren, who's been nominated something like 17 times and never won. So it might just win just to give her a win, but it'd be weird if she won for this. It'd be worse than Glenn Close winning for The Wife. Like she wrote some of the... I'm trying to think what you would know from Diane Warren. Like, How Do I Live by Leon Rimes? Do you know that song? No. How do I live without you? No. Can't Fight the Moonlight?
What?
Can't Fight the Moonlight?
How does that go?
You can try to resist, try to hide from my kiss, but don't you know that you can't fight the moonlight? No, you can't fight it.
Oh my god, that sounds like so many songs.
It was a number one hit. It's like she writes generic pop songs.
I really might know that one.
You probably do, but not with my voice.
But it just sounds like a million other songs at the same time. It's like
that's kind of what she does.
I felt so close to getting it. It's like, wait, is this Spice Girls? No, is it? No. What? Who is this?
Leanne Rimes. Cool. If that means anything to you, no.
No.
Okay, fine.
Okay, next up, makeup and hair. The nominees are Bombshell, Joker, Judy, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, and 1917.
Okay. I'm going to go and favourite Bombshell. I predict and favourite Bombshell.
I've done the same.
Yeah.
I really thought that one did...
Yeah, it did really good work.
Incredible makeup. Like it made Charlize Theron...
Look like a different person.
Along with her acting.
Yeah.
It did. And then looking at What's-His-Face as well.
What, John Lithgow?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Like,
also Nicole Kidman's wigs for hair. Like,
it was hair as well, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, like John Lithgow... That's some of the best fat prosthetics I've ever seen. I think.
Yes, definitely.
Like comparing that to Gary Oldman,
100%.
Like Darkest Hour.
Much more natural looking. Yeah.
This one I thought like, wow, he's really committed to this role.
Yeah.
I had to Google it just to
be
check.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, so next up is film editing.
Yes. Okay.
So the nominees are Ford v Ferrari, The Irishman. No, flat no.
What did they edit? What was on the cutting room floor? Come on, 4 hours, guys.
Jojo Rabbit, Joker, and Parasite.
Ooh.
Interesting one, right?
Yeah, because I feel like because the racing sequences were really impressive, I feel like maybe Ford vs Ferrari is going to be that film that like sweeps all the technicals, even though it's like not really in anything else. But then Parasite was...
the best picture nominee, John.
Yeah, I mean in terms of what it wins, yeah.
Yeah.
But then Parasite was so good. And it was, I think...
Again, we're looking at the editing, not the quality of the film within the category.
True. Yeah, I'll go with Ford vs Ferrari, just because I feel like that was a technical achievement in editing, probably.
Is that for both?
I'll say I want Parasite, but I predict Ford vs Ferrari.
Okay, sure. Well, I've done Ford v Ferrari for both, and my reason being is that it's a 2.5 hour movie about a thing I'm not interested in, but it kept my interest.
That's a very good point, yeah.
Like, without trouble, like... I didn't struggle to stay interested in this film.
Yeah, that is very valid.
I was expecting it to be boring.
No, I was so proud to be bored.
For many reasons, and it just wasn't. So I guess it takes it for that.
Yeah, no, that's very valid.
I know there's other factors at play for that to be the case. Okay, animated feature film. This is more my category than it is yours.
Yeah, you've seen all of these, right?
So, How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, I Lost My Body, Klaus, Missing Link, and Toy Story 4, which is the only one you've seen of this category.
Yeah. I will predict Toy Story 4 anyway, because, Pixar. I don't know. I don't think I want... Even though I've not seen the other ones, I don't really want it to win because I didn't really care for it. You said I Lost My Body's really good. I'll say I hope that wins.
Yeah, I'd like to go with I Lost My Body. I thought the animation in it was quite an interesting style. Not necessarily the best animation in this, but the story of it I thought was really fascinating, and I'd actually really like you to watch it just so we can talk about it.
I will definitely watch it.
It's only an hour 20.
Sure,
well.
Yeah, that's it. The animations are pretty easy to get through, so I will watch it.
It's subtitled, by the way. It's French.
Oh, well, then I'm not bothering.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no. Not
but my prediction is Missing Link.
Missing Link? Okay, really?
Because, well, that has been sweeping some of the awards, and the scale of this film, when you actually... When you look at what it is and you see some of the behind the scenes, which they do not shy away from showing.
Well, is it claymation or stop motion? Oh, okay.
It's actually incredible.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Apparently there's a bridge scene in it, like, obviously I know the scene, that it took over a year to film.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's very impressive.
And it's not like that's half the film, it's just part of the climax.
It's just a single moment, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, well, that's very intense.
That's good. Okay, wow. I appreciate that.
So, are you saying Toy Story 4 for both?
I'm predicting Toy Story 4, but I would say I would like the I Lost My Body to win, please.
Okay.
Even though I've not seen it.
Sure. Okay, next up, costume design. So we have The Irishman,
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay, why is Bombshell up for this one? That actually had costumes. I had that amazing dress at the start. That's the only one I can really remember, to be fair.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it probably had more than The Irishman did.
Yeah, well, yeah, The Irishman, they're just wearing suits, so no,
Yeah.
nothing for The Irishman. Go home. What were they before? Jojo Rabbit?
Joker, Little Women, Once Upon a Time.
Huh. I think maybe Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Is that a prediction?
I will predict Little Women, because I feel like Oscar's often like a period film.
Yeah, same.
But I think...
Same, I predicted it.
Yeah, I think I like Hollywood because it's like capturing a lot of different types of people. Because it's got like a movie star, a stuntman, a starlet, and it's got like a bunch of hippies. I feel like, as I remember it, it looked pretty good. I feel like I remember a lot of costumes from that as looking pretty decent. So
Yeah. Okay, yeah, well, I predicted Little Women, but I've given it to Jojo Rabbit as my favourite.
Okay. Well, I can't think of any specific costumes in that, though. I mean, obviously the Hitler outfit, but...
Well, yeah, there were multiple uniforms and Sam Rockwell coming out in drag at the end.
Oh, I guess he did, yeah.
There were a few little bits there. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure in this category at all.
Sure, yeah, there's nothing that really stands out, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like Black Panther's in it this year, where you're like, yes,
yeah,
this must win.
Yeah, there's nothing strong, and there's a period piece, so we all know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is music.
Okay.
Score.
Okay.
So we have Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
I will predict Joker.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if any of those films had scores that I found that interesting. None of them are really jumping out. I can't remember what 1917's score was. And I loved the film.
Me neither.
Marriage Story's score? Was it just jazz? I honestly can't remember. What were the other two?
Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Star Wars.
None of them really jumped out at me, to be honest, score-wise. I will say... give it to Little Women.
To Little Women?
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like it was at least pretty.
Well, I've favorited and predicted Star Wars.
Okay.
I think because I really think that John Williams took it to the next level.
Oh, is this like his last one as well? So
I think so.
Maybe
yeah.
he'll get like a farewell Oscar. Okay. No, I don't mean like in a mean way. I'm just like if people are knowing he's retiring.
Yeah, and like he's got 1 million Oscars already. So
sure, he's not shy of them, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. Next one up is visual effects.
Okay.
So nominees, we have Avengers Endgame.
Right.
Only one. It's only a nomination.
We get it. We know where your vote's going.
The Irishman, 1917, The Lion King, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay. Again, not The Irishman. Was not here for all that de-aging nonsense.
See, my thing with visual effects is because of what it is specifically, it needs to be perfect.
Yeah.
Because in most cases, most films, it is recreating something that, is supposed to look natural.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't look natural, if somebody's face looks a bit rubbery, or if the rat in 1917 doesn't look quite right, or if Endgame has some dodgy green screen at times.
Sure, heaven forbid, yeah.
Yeah, well, it does. then
it takes you out.
It's not happening. Like, you're not the best visual effects if you're not perfect.
Yeah, true. Unless everyone's imperfect and you're the closest to perfect out of an imperfect bunch.
Yeah, but, Lion King was pretty damn good, though.
It was.
Visually.
Yeah, I guess. But then I hated the way the mouths moved.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did. Actually, no, I'm not going to vote for that. I didn't like it.
All right. Okay, so what's your favourite then?
So, what have we got?
Endgame, Irishman, 1917, Lion King, Star Wars.
I will say... I will predict and hope for Endgame.
All right. Wow.
I just didn't like what the Lion King was doing with... And yes, the lions looked amazing, but the way the mouths moved was creepy and I didn't like it. Yeah.
Sure, okay, yeah, that's fine. Well, I've gone for Lion King for both.
Okay, sure.
Wow,
who knew I'd be standing on the Endgame hill?
Well, no, because I'm voting for visual effects here.
Sure.
And
right.
yeah, Endgame did some amazing stuff, like with Hulk and Thanos and stuff,
yes.
But like I said, there were some bits that weren't quite perfect, and I feel this category, you need to be perfect.
Sure. But given it's the most financially successful film, like the second most financially successful film of all time, or whatever its record is.
It is the most successful.
The most successful, sorry, okay. Maybe they want to give it just the one thing it's nominated for, I don't know if that's how it works, but maybe. We'll see.
Well, either way, I mean, Disney's probably got it.
Yeah.
They've got 3 out of 5 in this category.
Yeah, they're probably good,
Yeah. Okay, next up, production design. So we have The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
Ooh, okay.
So, production design, what are you going to go for here?
That's like the sets, isn't it? Run through them again with me.
The Irishman.
No.
Jojo Rabbit.
No.
1917.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Maybe?
Parasite.
Yeah. Okay, it's 2-horse race for me. Do you think a lot of what 1917 did was practical, or was a lot of it done with CGI? In terms of like the sets, I mean, like the...
According to the behind the scenes, it was mostly practical.
They all actually set all that up, like, you know, for the long shots and the panning and...
One thing they said in the behind the scenes was they had to... So obviously they couldn't cut scenes out. They couldn't edit the film in post, really.
Sure.
So they had to have the script completely ready. They had to give it to the actors and get them to rehearse it.
Yeah.
They went to the location, got the actors to rehearse their lines while moving about as well. While like, so right now you'd be walking down this trench here, and they measured everything out just by the speed of how the actors were talking, to see what distances were going to be, and then they dug the trenches up to the appropriate distances.
See, that's... Yeah, I want to give it to that for the sheer amount of effort they went into.
It feels like a lot of detail.
Yeah, that feels like more than just like CGI.
Like Parasite, I assume that was your other runner-up.
Yeah, because it looked amazing, but it wasn't...
It really... Parasite gave a really great sense of a set. Like
place,
a
sense of where you are. It's like the two main houses.
The building was a character.
It really was, yeah.
Like, it was referred to multiple times. Like, it definitely was. But 1917, though.
No, I agree. It's just undeniable. That's my prediction and my hope.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Okay, foreign film.
Okay.
Of which we've both seen two. So we've not seen Corpus Christi, Honeyland, or Les Miserables.
No, not the same one, I know. Yeah.
Whereas we have both seen Pain and Glory and Parasite.
Yes. I would have liked to have seen all 5, just run out of time.
Yeah.
They're hard to get hold of.
Yeah.
If they made these easier to get hold of, I'd have watched them, but...
Sure.
I will try and see them in the future. It's a no-brainer. I mean, I love Pain and Glory a lot, but it's a no-brainer for Parasite, really. It's such a standout.
Well, obviously that's a prediction because of all foreign films, one of them is in the Best Picture.
Yeah, sure.
So, you know. Where's your favourite?
I'm still going to give it to Parasite.
Okay. See, I've given it to Pain and Glory.
Oh, wow.
I'm not really sure why, because I think that actually when we did the episodes, I may have rated it lower.
Yeah, I think, but if that's what you believe, you know, I mean, that's lovely. But yeah, I know, I feel like Parasite is just kind of undeniable at this point. Like, it's just so unique, whereas Pain and Glory is just like, oh, that's really nice.
I mean, I'm predicting Parasite.
Sure, yeah, you just, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, right, we're really getting there now. Cinematography. So we have The Irishman.
Sure.
Joker.
Yeah.
The Lighthouse, which you've not seen.
I've not seen yet, and I really wanted to, but there's just not been many showings. Like, I will see it before long.
There are other ways to watch these things.
I know, but I really want that in particular. It's cinematography. I want to see. If I'm going to see one, not category in a cinema, cinematography. Come on, I don't want to watch that on my fucking hunched over my laptop.
Fair enough. I think Hyper Picture House has got some showings coming up.
Good. Okay, I promise you, I will see it before long.
And that'd be a perfect cinema to see it in.
Yeah.
Okay, so to recap: The Irishman, Joker, The Lighthouse, 1917, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So best cinematography.
Okay. Having not seen The Lighthouse, I'm going to put that to one side, even though I hope it's as good as everyone says it is. I will predict 1917.
Yeah.
I will hope for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because I think it actually, I mean, it being Tarantino, it had some very iconic shots.
Sure.
Like, you know, Brad Pitt, parkouring. And other things. So.
All 8 of his abs.
Yeah. Beautifully shot.
Okay, sure. Right, next up, writing. Original screenplay.
Sure.
Knives Out.
Yes.
Marriage Story. 1917. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And Parasite.
Oh, Parasite.
Parasite?
Once and Predict.
Okay, cool.
Fabulous. I was so ready to give that to Knives Out, but no, Parasite was so brilliantly written.
Yeah.
Are you the same?
Yeah, I've actually favorited Knives Out, but I've predicted Parasite.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a close second.
Yeah.
It is very nicely written as well, like very cleverly written. So,
I mean, Daniel Craig talking about
the donut and the hole.
It's a donut with a hole in it, but inside the hole is a smaller donut with a smaller hole, and inside that is another donut. And is there a hole in that donut?
You make a compelling case, but I'm going to stick with Parasite.
I feel like Knives Out went just a bit more crazy.
It did, but I mean, like, that's because
in its more closing scenes.
Yes, it did. But also, that's because it's in English. There might have been loads of jokes like that in Parasite that we just didn't get. I mean, I don't think there were. But
I'm not sure. Well, it certainly wasn't that humour.
No, certainly not. No.
There may be in that level of humour, though. Okay, so adapted screenplay.
Okay.
We have The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, and The Two Popes.
Not The Two Popes.
Nope.
I will... Oh, read them out to me again, sorry.
The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women.
I will predict it will go to... I reckon this is what they'll give it The Irishman because they've not given it anything else and they're like, oh, we'll give it something.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I would like it to go to Little Women because I thought it was a really clever adaptation.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I've favorited Jojo Rabbit and I've predicted Little Women.
Sure, okay.
Because
that one could really go anywhere, to be fair.
Yeah,
quite kind of an open
I agree,
category,
yeah. Yeah, I really don't know where that's going to go. Yeah. Directing.
Okay, we're on to the big hitters now, yeah?
Yeah, so we have The Irishman,
sure,
Joker, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
Again, it's Parasite.
Is it?
One, Parasite. Predict Sam Mendes. Predict 1917, which I'd be happy with. It was very good. But I would love it if Parasite was able to like really sweep the board.
I favoured and predicted 1917.
Okay. I know that one really got to you.
Yeah, I really thought that he did something quite special there.
He really did, yeah. Absolutely.
I would have been a bit torn in this category if Jojo Rabbit had been in there. For the same reason that I voted for Sam Mendes here.
Like it's something new for that director, yeah.
Well, it's not. It is and it isn't.
Yeah.
Like for Sam Mendes, this is new, but it's also he's done this sort of thing before. Like he's tested out this sort of thing. This is really showing growth from where a director has come to suddenly their peak.
Sure.
And I feel like that's what Taika Waititi has done as well. Like Jojo Rabbit is very much a Taika Waititi film.
Yeah, 100%. No, to the core. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also think that it's amazing what he's done and how he's grown as a director, and that film shows it very much.
Yes.
But the Oscars don't agree, so
yeah,
there's no question here. 1917 for both.
Okay.
Okay, acting.
Oh, here we go.
Supporting actress.
Right.
We have Richard Jewell, Kathy Bates. Marriage Story, Laura Dern. Jojo Rabbit, Scarlett Johansson. Little Women, Florence Pugh, and Bombshell, Margot Robbie. Supporting actress.
Can I submit a write-in vote for Jennifer Lopez, please?
No.
Oh, man. So angry. Okay. Predict Laura Dern. And I'm going to say I want Laura Dern as well. Just because I like her. She's great. Okay, I've got these ranked, actually. So I wrote this down.
You've ranked the subcategories as well?
Just the acting ones.
Right.
I'm going to do this very quickly. Margot Robbie is on my bottom. Like, I thought she was great. Very, very good. But yeah, it was just the role wasn't anything that I was particularly infused by. Second bottom was Scarlett Johansson. Again, loved the film, but I feel like she should have just had a Marriage Story nomination, really. I didn't think it was like that special. Third, Kathy Bates. I thought she was fantastic, but she's already got an Oscar, and it was kind of a best achievement in being a suffering mother crying thing. Second, Florence Pugh. She's had a fabulous year. Wouldn't mind if she won, just as a general, well done for having an amazing year. 3 really good films in one year. She did Fighting My Family, which I've not seen, was supposed to be great. Midsommar, which she should have been nominated for, and this. So, yeah, that'd be fine. But Laura Dern is the favourite by far, and she's a great actress. I've loved her for a long time, even though, if Jennifer Lopez was in this category, I'd be favouring her. But no, from what's there, I'm happy to see Laura Dern win. So
is that for both?
Yeah, predict and would want Laura Dern.
Sure. Well, I've said that I would want Scarlett Johansson.
Sure.
Because I feel like her role in Jojo Rabbit it was nice and subtle, and it wasn't too big and it wasn't too much, but she was really doing something.
Yeah. She was good.
That I've not seen her do before. I mean, I've also not seen her do what she did in Marriage Story before.
True, you've not just seen a lot of her that's not been Black Widow, so...
Yeah, but... Well, spoiler alert, I've not picked her for Marriage Story.
Okay.
As my prediction, because she's not going to win both.
No, she's not. So are you predicting she'll win this one?
And I feel like if she's going to win one of them, which I think is likely, because it is likely when people get nominated twice, they win one.
Yeah, sometimes it splits though, that's the only thing.
I'm sure sometimes. Apparently it's likely though.
Okay, sure.
I think she's more likely to win for this.
So you think she will win? That's your prediction? And you want her to win as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, wait, that's not what I put here previously. Oh. No, sorry, I just want her to win for that. No, I predicted Laura Dern.
Okay, that's probably safer. But
Yeah, no, that is definitely safer, because I know that she's been doing really well, even though I really did not think very much of her.
Sure.
Supporting actor.
Okay.
We have Tom Hanks in A Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood, Anthony Hopkins in The Two Popes, Al Pacino and Joe Pesci in The Irishman, and Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Do you want to go first with this one?
Sure, yeah. So, I've just done the same. I've done Tom Hanks for both.
Tom Hanks you want and predict? Okay.
Like, I know that Brad Pitt has been really sort of moving about a bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can see why Brad Pitt won it in the Brits, but this one I feel like it's going to speak to a lot of Americans.
It probably will, you're right, because a lot of Americans really like Mr. Rogers, so it might be a really sentimental win. You're right.
Like they like Tom Hanks, they like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, it does feel like a perfect storm.
Yeah.
So I've predicted Brad Pitt because he's won all of the precursor awards, and it's like Tom Hanks already has 2 Oscars, Brad Pitt has none. I think the world just wants Brad Pitt to have an Oscar, and so I predicted him. For once, bottom of my list is Anthony Hopkins.
Sure.
I just kept forgetting he was even nominated. As discussed on our review episode, The Two Popes was boring. Second up was Al Pacino versus Joe Pesci. How would you rank those in like your ranking if you'd prefer to get it?
I'll put Joe Pesci on top.
You'd give it to Pesci, yeah? I think I'd give it to Pacino.
There's not much in it though.
Not much in it. I just thought Pacino's character was maybe the most memorable in that film. I felt when I think of moments from The Irishman, it's his moments that always stand out to me. Like, you know, with a gun you run, with a knife you fight, with a gun you run. What's that line? But you know, like all that stuff.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's just he has that's it. But he has a lot of fun with it. Like, I thought he was like hamming it up in a way that was actually suitable to that character. Like that Jimmy Hoffa character felt. So both very, very good. But I would go, so Hopkins, then Pesci, then Pacino, then Brad Pitt's in second. Yeah, I didn't love that movie. I didn't love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I can see why it's like kind of playing into his kind of iconic, sexy kind of persona. It's like it feels like a sensible way to give Brad Pitt an Oscar, just like achievement in abs or something. You know?
Yeah.
But no, for me, same. Tom Hanks, thought he was absolutely fantastic. So yeah. So predict Pitt, want Hanks. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, then Best Actress.
Okay.
So the nominees are Cynthia Areevo for Harriet, Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan for Little Women.
Yep.
And Charlize Theron for Bombshell. Oh, sorry, and of course
Renée
Zellweger for Judy. What you done?
I have. So again, I'll go bottom to top. So my bottom one is Charlize Theron in Bombshell. Like I think she did a fantastic impersonation of Megyn Kelly. But aside from the fact that it was a very impressive impersonation, I didn't think much of the performance or the character as it was written. I just thought it was like a great impersonation in search of a good role, if that makes sense. It just didn't do anything for me apart from the amazing dresses. So that's my bottom. The second bottom is Cynthia Areevo. We've talked about it. Like she was as good as she could be, but the film was pretty poor. So it just didn't give her anything to do. It didn't serve her. She will one day be in a better movie, and I would rather she won for a better movie than for this.
I agree.
Third is Scarlett Johansson, who I thought
sacrilege.
I know, it was really good. She was really, really good, but
did you really think that Saoirse Ronan was better than that?
Well, I feel like I just really liked Little Women a lot, and
it's tainted it for you.
Maybe it has, yeah. No, Scarlett Johansson was great. This is a good top 3. But
because also, as I was saying about directors, I feel like this for Scarlett Johansson is mental.
It's definitely new territory for her.
Yeah, whereas for Saoirse Ronan,
this is what she does. She does period film.
Yeah, she does this, and I was about to say really well. She does this.
Okay. Well, it's my list, and I have put the blueberry. What did you put on the blueberry?
Beetroot.
I put the beetroot in second. Yeah.
Okay.
I really like Little Women, and she kind of holds it together. You know, she really carries it with Florence Pugh. But my top is Renée Zellweger, who you can't deny. It was just a fantastic performance.
Is that a prediction as well?
Zellweger is my prediction and my one. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Like for me, it was. I've gone for Renée Zellweger for both. But I had to think long and hard as to where Scarlett Johansson or as to whether Scarlett Johansson was better than her than this.
Okay, it's hard, they're very different characters. It's very
they
hard
really
to
are. Yeah, like Scarlett Johansson deserves an Oscar for this role.
Sure,
like above all others of hers that I've seen.
She may well still get it.
Yeah. But then when I look back at Renée Zellweger as Judy Garland, like. Yeah, I totally believed her as that character. Yeah, and it wasn't just an impression.
It was she embodied the character in a really powerful way.
Like you forget that it's Bridget Jones.
You 100% do, yeah. From that, it's polar opposites, yeah. But I think this is one of my complaints about this year's Oscars is that it feels a bit predictable. A lot of the categories feel like a bit preordained, where there's not as much competition. I think if any of the acting ones go a surprising way, this might be the one. This is the one where I could see there might be a surprise from Scarlett Johansson, or even maybe like Saoirse Ronan.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you think that Brad Pitt is supporting? Is that sure of a
it
thing?
feels like he's won everything coming up to it. Like,
okay.
I think it's possible. But who knows? I'm hoping there'll be at least one big surprise.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, then. So, penultimate category, Best Actor. We have Antonio Banderas in Pain and Glory. Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yep.
Adam Driver in Marriage Story.
Yep.
Joaquin Phoenix in Joker. And some other guy in some religious film.
Jonathan Pryce in Two Popes, yes. You take this one first, then.
Okay, well, we all know it's not Jonathan Pryce.
No.
This is a tough category. I mean, Leo is definitely in 4th place, but he was great.
He was great. Yeah, he was very, very good. This is one of my favourite Leo performances, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I really did. I enjoyed him a lot in this. Like, this is the kind of thing that he does well. Sometimes I think like he's pushing slightly in other roles. I feel like he pushes slightly too hard, and it's a bit too like capitalist acting. I
will be very bitter if he wins for this for many, many reasons.
Oh yeah, he's not going to.
Like none more than like I know he's won an Oscar now, but oh my god, all those other roles,
all the times that he was better,
and this,
I understand that completely. Yeah,
yeah. But also, if he did win it, I think that he'd be robbing it from at least 2 people.
Sure, no, they're more deserving character.
So Antonio Banderas is my favourite to win.
Oh, cool! I'm pleased. Yeah,
yeah. Like I really enjoyed his performance. Like we said in the episode, which listeners I don't believe is actually released yet for you guys, but will be soon in a couple of days. Go to patreon.com.
Yes,
please subscribe. Yeah. I really thought that he embodied the role very well, and his acting was consistently subtle and very confident at the same time.
Yeah, I think it was the most full performance of all of them. Like he wasn't playing a role; he was inhabiting his friend.
Yeah,
Pedro Almodovar. Yeah, I agree. Like that would be like if Antonio Banderas wins on Sunday, that would be the Moonlight La La Land moment, like where the little film that probably of all these 5 films, by far the fewest people will have seen this one. And for that one to actually come through, for him to win for this lovely, sincere performance would be amazing. I will jump off the sofa and scream if that happens. Not to give away what my favourite is, but I think it's your prediction.
And we've also got Adam Driver in Marriage Story, who was great.
Yeah.
And he totally sold that scene, the I wish you would die scene.
Yeah.
Like that was very intense and completely believable and understanding. Like I don't know, the way that he managed to say that and you still didn't hate him.
Yeah.
Like I think that's down to him.
Yeah, true. I think he's really coming into his own at the moment because he's given a couple of, like, obviously Star Wars has made him a star, a big star. He's done a few little interesting character supporting roles in stuff like Black Klansman, and now this is him carrying a film. I'm interested to see what else he can do because now he's shown, okay, you've got range, you can act, you are clearly a great talent. Where else is this going to go?
Yeah,
like I think he can probably be an actor who has another couple of nominations in a lot of different films before they finally give him one, and I'm interested to see where it takes him.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Antonio and the actor we haven't mentioned yet, well, DiCaprio has one. We don't give a shit about Jonathan Pryce. Sad. No disrespect, but no. But Antonio, it would be a great moment for him. Like he's a lot older. Like he's probably in his, I think he's like late 50s, early 60s now. So it would be a good moment to reward an actor who's been in the industry for a long time.
Yeah.
And Joaquin Phoenix, who's probably going to win, is very much someone who is overdue. So it's like now's the time. Whereas Adam Driver,
and it's a fair role to
award
him for Joaquin. I'm talking.
No, absolutely is. Yeah, I'm just saying Adam Driver can come back in a few years with something else, whereas the rest of these guys, this might be the last time.
Yeah,
that's. I mean, it might not be. Look at fucking Joe Pesci and Al Pacino, and in their 60s and 70s and 80s.
True.
So.
Yeah. It's Joaquin Phoenix, though, isn't it?
It's going to be Joaquin Phoenix.
But you're the same as me, then. Antonio for favourite.
Antonio is my favourite, of course. Yeah, well, that would make me incredibly happy. But yeah, it's Joaquin's to lose. I think he's just dominated. It is an incredible performance. It is. If there's any reason the Joker does work as a movie, it's because he is just so transcendently good in it.
Yeah,
and.
Yeah. I mean, there's other reasons as well. Like I rewatched it again last night, expecting to hate it.
Yeah,
and. Because obviously we watched it in the cinema when it came out, and then there's just been so much
negativity,
so much talk about it. Not just negativity, just talk about it, and it's just way too much. And there's a lot of negativity towards it, a lot of positivity towards it, and really, it's just a film. Yeah. It's a good film.
Yeah.
So I watched it again last night. It's really good.
It is.
actually.
I suspected that would be the case. Yeah,
And even though it's 2 hours 20 maybe,
Something like that,
something like that. It's really well paced. I was expecting to be annoyed and bored by most of it.
Yeah,
But it's just not. It's like, oh, is this bit great?
yeah,
It's actually a really good film, and it does deserve a lot of the awards that it's got.
yeah.
Like, I wish that Endgame had got a lot more of some of the technicals,
Sure.
like the editing and mixing and stuff like that, which Joker got, but Endgame didn't.
Sure.
Whatever. Yeah, because Joker didn't really deserve those, I don't think.
No, I feel like it's been...
I'm not saying that Endgame did, but like...
No, it's ridden a wave, definitely. It's the most profitable of all. Like this, I did a little list of like all the best picture nominees gross just in America, and I think Joker is like number one with like double whatever number two is. Right. I forget what number two is now. Let me look. Oh, it might be 1970. I think it's... Oh no, it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's made like... In America alone, worldwide might be different. Has made about 150 million in the USA, and Joker has made 335 million. So it is run away the most financially successful, and I think that's probably feeding into why it's just sweeping everything.
Yeah, I think... I don't agree with that, because...
Okay.
Well, then look at Endgame.
Well, yes, I know, but when it's like the magic combination of like an Oscar baity film.
Yeah, I'm thinking, the reason why it's got all these nominations is because it's an awardee kind of film.
Yeah.
And this is the Oscars entry this year, just to be like, comic book movies, we acknowledge you. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Last year was Black Panther, this time it's Joker.
Yeah, there's always one,
Yeah. Next year it's going to be Birds of Prey.
We'll see.
Okay, well, anyway, without any further ado, Best Picture.
Okay.
So, my ranking,
Okay.
if I may. Bottom is, of course, Little Women.
Little Women is your number 9.
Number
okay.
9.
Are you just going to go from bottom to top, or are we going to like do the thing where we talk and we do one each?
I'm just going to go bottom to top, and maybe we'll talking through on yours.
Okay, fine.
I'll get mine out.
Okay.
Number 8, Irishman.
Sure. Yeah.
It's long. It's way too long. It shouldn't be that long. I know that there's a lot of art and cinematic integrity that's gone into this, but it shouldn't be 3.5 hours long.
I've yet to meet anyone who like legit enjoyed it in real life. Like obviously on film Twitter and stuff, there's people who like really rave, but I've yet to meet anyone in real life who was like, wow, I was really gripped from start to finish.
Yeah.
Everyone's been like, it was kind of too long.
Yeah, really, like, it's very difficult to sit down and watch that all in one.
But I don't think it's because it's 3 hours long. I think it's because it's 3 hours long and it's quite slow and boring. Yeah.
And just meandering and...
Yeah.
Like, a lot happens, but also...
Nothing really happens.
Not very well, and for me, it just never tells you why you should care.
Yeah, sure.
So,
yeah.
Next up, number 7, is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. For me. Like, it just never really stood out to me. It felt like a bit of a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
The majority of the film felt like that.
Sure.
I was expecting a bit more from it. I was like, oh, great, Leo and Brad with Tarantino, this is going to be good.
Yes.
It just wasn't as good as I expected.
No.
So it's low down the list for that. Ford v Ferrari next, just because it was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Like I said before, it's 2.5 hours long or something, but doesn't feel boring even slightly. And that's definitely worth something. I did really enjoy it.
I was a good... Yeah, I appreciate that.
Above that, I've got Joker.
So this is at 6? Joker's at 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Joker's at 5.
At 5, sorry, okay.
Yeah. And then at number 4, I've got Marriage Story.
Okay. We're heading up to the high points now.
Yeah, and then this is where it gets really difficult. Because they're just about all the same for me. But yeah, number 3 is Jojo Rabbit.
I thought that'd be the case, yeah.
And then number 2 is Parasite. Number 1 is 1917.
Oh, wow. So 1917 survived Parasite. It's interesting. Okay.
So, yeah, my favourite then is 1917, and also my prediction.
That's probably a fairly safe prediction for the win, considering just how well it's been doing so far.
Yeah.
Like, it's clearly one of the, if not the talking points of this year's Oscars.
So, yeah, what about you then?
Okay, so my number 9 is Ford Vs Ferrari.
Fair enough.
Just because I thought it was a very good, well-made film. Of everything in the Best Picture lineup, if there was one that just lifts right out that you wouldn't miss, that you wouldn't be like, oh, that was snubbed, it would probably be this one.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, it's the one that neither of us predicted.
No.
Like, we both got 8 out of 9, and this was the one that neither of us thought. Like, you thought Knives Out, I think it was. I thought Knives Out
was going to get it, yeah.
You
thought The Farewell, was it, yeah?
Yeah, which
just didn't get anything.
I've still not seen.
No, I really want to. There's so many films this year that got nothing.
I was thinking that we could talk about that in the in the reaction episode.
Do a snubs one. Yeah, give us more time, because I'll try and see Lighthouse before Sunday if I can. Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, it's not just Lighthouse.
There's lots of snubs. Yeah. I will talk for a long time about Hustlers.
There's Hustlers. There's
Uncut Gems. Have you watched
Uncut
that yet?
Gems. There's Honey Boy. I've not seen either of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we'll save that.
And the Farewell, definitely.
Yeah. So we'll park that. But yeah, for me, it's not that it's a bad film, but it just feels like I don't really understand why it's here.
Yeah.
Compared to the rest.
Yeah, that's fair.
It feels like it's a well-made, solid meat and potatoes, with some good editing, racing story. That's great. But I just don't understand why it's in, when there's so many interesting films that didn't make it.
I get that, but I understand why the three that I've ranked lower than that, which was Little Women, Irishman, and Once Upon a Time. I understand why they're all nominated.
Sure.
But I don't agree with those reasons as to why they are.
No, and that's, yeah.
Like Little Women, I fundamentally did not like as a story and as a film.
Sure.
And so, for me, it's got to be at the bottom. I understand why it's been nominated, because I know that many people don't have the same opinions as me.
Yeah, no, and that's fine.
And The Irishman, that's been nominated just because it's Martin Scorsese. It's, and the kind of film that it is, it's a big sort of swan song film.
Yeah.
And then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, well, it's a Tarantino film. It legally needs to get nominated.
Yes, it's in the contract. Yeah.
So, I don't agree with any of those reasons for those films being nominated. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I understand, and I totally agree with you that Ford v Ferrari doesn't feel at home in this list.
Sure. But also, what I would say is that I'm almost slightly disappointed this year that there's nothing that I really dislike, in the sense that there's nothing that...
It's not like a Hacksaw Ridge or something.
I don't have any strong opinions, particularly. There's a couple that I really like, and there's a lot that I think they deserve it. But I'm missing a Vice or a Hacksaw Ridge. I'll be like, that was shite.
Yeah.
There's nothing in this list is shite. Mm-hmm. I know you have strong opinions against Little Women, but for me, there's nothing that I can really root against. Mm-hmm. Which in a way is its own kind of fun on the Oscars, to be like, what? No, Hacksaw Ridge was garbage. What do you mean it got 2 Oscars? So even though that's my bottom, it doesn't mean that I think it was a bad film.
Yeah.
Or even an undeserving film. I just don't quite understand why, of all the films that were sniffing around the bottom of this category, that was the one that pushed through, other than the fact that it was about something that straight men like, which is fast cars.
Yeah.
So that's my number 9.
Yeah.
But still a good film.
Yeah, that's fine.
Number 8, The Irishman.
Okay.
Well made, well acted, lots to recommend it, but ultimately pretty boring.
Yeah.
And I think in the fullness of time, when this Oscar season is over, most people who were really praise it, I'm sure some people sincerely liked it, but I think history will judge this film for being not as popular as people tried to make it out to be.
It's not going to go down in history like The Godfather or something.
No, it'll be, and then he made that other film.
Or even Goodfellas.
No. And I think if there's one film this year that is nominated for 8 or 9 categories, which I think this is, and literally goes home empty-handed, this could be the one.
Yeah, it's got 10 nominations.
I could see this being a no-win. I can't remember.
Well, I've actually got a little some stats planned just to work out what we have actually predicted as the biggest loser.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll save that then.
Based on how many nominations they have not won.
Okay. Well, I can see this being a film that is nobody's favourite, so it doesn't win anything. Or certainly I can't see it winning a lot of the major categories.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's fine, but quite forgettable. Number 8 is Joker. 7 is Joker.
7, yeah.
7, yeah. Yeah, same as you. I've not rewatched it, and maybe if I did, it would be a little bit higher. Maybe it'd be a little bit lower, but it's so hard to have I think you were right to rewatch it, because I think it's so hard to have an opinion on Joker at this point that's not coloured by all the noise around it.
Yeah.
And this feeling that people just really take against it.
Well, to be honest, it's difficult to have an independent opinion, even after rewatching it, because the serious way that people have taken this film, it does taint it completely. It
does, yeah.
And also, maybe that's... clearly the Oscars don't think so, but maybe that's the same thing for other popular films like Endgame. There's so many people shouting and raving about these films, and I know that I'm very much one of them.
Sure.
That it just puts people off. And I really do feel put off by Joker, and I imagine you're the same.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just by how many people are just shouting about it online, whether it's good things or bad things.
Yeah, it's just calm down, it's just a film.
It's just a film.
What really bugged me, and we don't want to do a whole discussion on the Joker, but one of the things that I thought was really weird was that when it came out and people started really criticising it, and I'm absolutely here to listen to valid criticism. I'm always open to be because I'm very much aware of, white privilege, whatever, being like, okay, maybe there's things that I'm not noticing, and I'm happy to hear that. But people were talking about how, this film, people are gonna, like, white lunatics are gonna take this film and they're gonna go and they're gonna be shoot-ups in cinemas. This is gonna inspire serial killers, and so far it hasn't. Like, it's been the biggest film of the year, which I'm very
thankful for.
Yeah, thank God. But it's interesting that, like, it felt like the people who really hated it were like almost hoping that would happen, so they could be like, we predicted it. This film caused bad things. But actually, I think it's really interesting that it hasn't. And it's been out for a long time. It's made shitloads of money, and it's been put on such a pedestal of being like, this film is going to affect things. And actually, people just seem like they've taken it for what it was, which is like a film.
It still just is a comic book movie.
It's just a film.
At the end of the day, that's all it is, and that's the way that people have taken it. Like, they've really taken it to heart, and they've. It's become a lot of people's favourite films, and the film that they will go back to and rewatch many, many times. And so has Endgame.
Yeah.
But you don't see people trying to kill half of the people in the world, do you?
No, sure.
It's... Yeah.
Well, I mean, Endgame's different. I don't think anyone...
You're right, Endgame's not the best example. But, like, look at Fight Club, for example.
Yeah, exactly. People are like, this film has a bad message.
Yeah, it's not really inspiring people to do that.
No. And like, sometimes that's possible. I don't think this film was doing that, and I don't think that's the result that has come through.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah.
No one's knocking down skyscrapers because they watched Fight Club.
No, sure, yeah. But anyway, yeah, so a lot of noise. Maybe I'll rewatch it. I will rewatch it at some point, and maybe I'll like it more, maybe I'll like it less. But right now, I'm putting it at 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 6 is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
Similar reasons to you, in that I feel like the more I think about it after watching it, there's a lot that I think, that was really good, that was interesting, I like that. But then when I think back to when I actually watched it, I remember being pretty bored. So it's more like I've got...
I remember it being too long.
Yeah, but like I've got good memories of it, but I think they might be tainted by a lot of other people who liked it more than I did, being like, that was a really nice scene, that was lovely. But when I actually watched it, I was like, kind of, drifting off a little bit.
It's like 3 hours or something.
It is. It's not quite Irishman, but it's definitely a solid 2 hours plus. Like probably smooth over 2.5.
Yeah. What happened to Tarantino just doing shorter, smaller films?
Did he ever?
Reservoir Dogs, wasn't that a bit of a... I know that was like his first one.
That was, I think like most directors, the more successful he's got, the longer they've got, I feel.
That's not good. Like, shorter films are very often better.
Yeah, I would love to know if there were any like directors over 60, like famous revered directors whose films have actually gotten shorter.
Let's have a look at Spielberg.
Maybe,
I feel like he might be an exception there, because a lot of his films are very sort of like
his early stuff is very epic,
Yeah. He's not really done many epics. He did Bridge of, more recently. He's done Bridge of Spies, but
True.
like...
I feel like his films average over 2 hours, but yeah. But yeah, compared to like some of the old stuff that's like was clear and free. Yeah, so maybe.
Yeah.
But sure, yes, so that was at 9876, just because... Yeah, good. Again, I'm looking forward to revisiting it, but it didn't... At the time, it didn't blow me away. 5 is Marriage Story.
Okay. Sure.
I thought this was beautifully acted. I thought it was very well written, very clever. Lots to recommend it. I still can't really get over the massive amounts of like rich white privilege that were going on there. I was like, if only this film was about people who genuinely had to work for a living and had actual problems, it would be so much more interesting.
Yeah.
But it was very much like, this is what happens when rich New York, LA people get divorced, and how terrible for them. Like, and it did, not to be...
Well, no, it is terrible for them.
Not to be clear, but it is like, it does really make you feel for what they're feeling.
It's not quite relatable enough for you.
No, I just think you could have the same story, but even more compelling if it was people who like just didn't have options, the options that these characters had.
Yeah.
But it was for what it was a lot of fun. Well, very sad, but also very funny. Yeah, there was a lot of fun to it. Laura Dern was hilarious. The scene where Adam Driver cuts himself is it's a weird phrase to say, but it was very funny. Like in a kind of weird comedy of cringe kind of way. Like, there was a lot to enjoy in this film. There were a lot of funny moments and very sad moments as well. Like, I think I'd watch it again.
Yeah,
I think I'd watch it again.
Yeah, I could maybe see myself watching it.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush, but I think maybe I would. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not going to bring it to the podcast anytime soon. Don't worry.
Thank God.
Yeah, and then the
sequel, they get back together.
Yeah, there's not much there. Okay, top 4 now.
Yeah,
and these are all films that I'm actively looking forward to watching again. This is a good top 4. My 4th one is actually your number one, 1917.
Really?
I really like this film. I thought it was really, really good. It's just that war films maybe don't do it for me as much as they do it for you, or I don't know, like This was really, really good, but of all the top four, this is maybe the one that I would be less inclined to watch again. Because I feel like I've seen it in its perfect form, in an IMAX.
Yeah, I could understand that.
So I don't really feel like watching it a second time would... Because so much of it as well was about the physical experience of watching it and being really gripped on the edge of your seat, not knowing who's going to survive, who's not, because there's so much going on. I don't know what I would get out of a second viewing, where all my top three are like, I want to watch it again and like find different notes that it's playing. So,
yeah.
But still, this is a solid top four. These are all excellent films.
Yep.
My number 3, Jojo Rabbit.
Okay, yeah, that's totally fair.
Yep, really, really good fun. Great moment for Taika Waititi. Was that right the first time?
Taika Waititi.
It's K then T. Taika Waititi. Great moment for him. Like, he's really coming into his own as a director. Like, a really bold move.
Yeah.
Fabulous cast from start to finish, top to bottom. Everyone was just firing on all cylinders. Just really, really, really good. No complaints on this stuff. Yeah. Definitely can't wait to watch this again. I've recommended maybe the film that I've recommended to the most people, like just outside of like film.
It's the most accessible from this list.
Yeah, it's
really.
If someone says to me like, which of the best picture nominees is just a really good film to watch, I'd be like, watch Jojo Rabbit. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll have a great time.
Yeah, like you're not going to say, oh yeah, Marriage Story.
Yeah, go for it. That's really the Irishman's really going to grab you. Yeah. Edge of your seat. Yeah. No, this was very, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's between Parasite and Little Women. So there's a possibility that I have put normally we agree.
I think you've put Little Women at the top.
You think I have?
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Really?
Yeah, I really had to think about it.
You rated it a 10 though.
I know, and I know I only gave Parasite a 9. But then again, I was thinking like, which one am I going to watch again? And I'll probably watch both again. But which one am I like keen to watch again? And which one am I going to want to tell people like, you must watch this film at least once before you die? Like Parasite is just head and shoulders. It's just a true original in a fairly flat year. It's a truly original film and so clever and.
Do you not think Little Women is pretty original?
Well, it's been remade 4 or 5 times. So no.
No. Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
Look, I've not done what you thought I was going to do. Don't rub it in. Take the victory. Yeah. No, Little Women, I really, really liked a lot. Really, really. I think Little Women just caught me at the right moment. I think I was just in a weird mood the night I watched. Not to like take away the 10. I stand by my 10. But I think I was just in a bit of a funny mood the night I watched it. It just really hit me in a way that maybe it wouldn't have hit me on a different set of circumstances. Whereas Parasite, whatever mood I was in, I think I would have been like, this film is incredible. So
sure.
Yeah.
Now, just quickly, I know you said that Little Women was a 10. Is Muriel's Wedding still your favourite film?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, God, Little Women hasn't topped that at all, no.
Okay, anywhere near?
No, the top 3 remain unimpeachable.
Okay, or top 3, huh?
My top 3 have been in place for a while. I'm trying to... I don't think... Although, actually, no. I did reevaluate recently. Okay, so my top 2 are pretty set in stone. That is Muriel's Wedding and The Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
They're my top 2.
Yeah.
My third one used to be The Hours, but recently I've really got into Almodovar. So it's not Pain and Glory, obviously, but he did a film called All About My Mother, which I think that might be my number 3. I think it probably is. That's a fabulous film.
Sure.
So, yeah. Maybe we'll do it one day. I think you'd like it. Now that I know you liked Pain and Glory, I'm more keen to let you watch. To like bring in more Almodovar. But
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but we'll see. But that's a great film.
Sure. Okay. Now, what is your prediction for winning Best Picture in the Oscars 2020?
I predict that 1917 will win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be the way the wind is blowing. I can see Parasite surprising though, because I feel like it really makes people like excited. Like, I think there's a comparison to be made between last year when people thought Roma might win Best Picture, and then it didn't. But I think the difference is that Roma, and I really liked Roma, don't get me wrong, and I know you did as well.
Yeah.
But I think Roma was more of that kind of film that you're supposed to like. That, like, you watch it and you're like, oh, this is the film that like everyone says is a masterpiece, and oh yes, I can see this is a very good film, but I'm a little bit bored. Whereas I think Parasite like genuinely is exciting, and I think people truly unreservedly love it. So I think it might just surprise people if everyone who's voting has seen it, which is a stretch because it's a foreign language film. It might put people off, but I can see it pushing through. But I think the most likely outcome is that because the Oscars are often quite conservative. So I'm going to say that I still think 1917 will take it, and will deservedly so. It's a very, very good film.
Yeah,
no problem with that. It's definitely not a Green Book,
No, oh god. Yeah, sure. Okay, well, I guess that wraps that part of the show up. I want to do a little bit more here. I've got a whole other table in this spreadsheet.
Okay, sure.
And basically it adds up all the Oscars here and it compares them to how many nominations that film got. So I can say that my favourite film to win the most Oscars this year...
In terms of the ones that you predicted the most?
In terms of the one that I picked
that you want the most?
Yeah. Was 1917.
Unsurprisingly.
Which I gave 5 favourites to. Of its 10 nominations.
Okay.
Also, it is my predicted with this... I'm not sure if it's the exact same, but also 5 nominations.
Okay.
From its 10 predictions. You, on the other hand, your prediction was also 1917 with 4 nominations.
That's the one I predicted to win the most categories. Okay.
Yeah. To win the most Oscars, yeah. 4. Whereas your favourite was actually Parasite with 5.
Oh, great. I'll stand by that, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I have also worked out the biggest loser.
Oh, okay.
So this is more of an overall stat between the two of us, an average. So the biggest loser is, in fact, a joint between Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and The Irishman.
Did either of us give anything to it?
You predicted 1 for each.
Oh, so...
Which means it's at -9. They're both at -9.
Right, okay.
I didn't give it anything. You favoured Once Upon a Time twice. But yeah, you predicted each of them once, and they're both on -9. Joker, -8. You gave it 2 predictions, I gave it 1. And then the next is -6 with Jojo Rabbit. I mean, most of the best pictures are there because they've got most nominations.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
1917 is there in, 10th place or something.
Yeah.
There's, 30 films. Top of the list, the biggest winner of this, is Rocketman.
Really?
It's had 1 nomination, and we have predicted it. We've both predicted it for that nomination. And
so it's got its most nailed on to win the one thing that it's...
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we, as Beyond the Box Set, as a team, we solidly predict that one.
That will win best song, yeah.
Is going to win most of the Oscars it's nominated for.
Okay. Now, if Taron Egerton was nominated for Best Actor, where would he sit in your ranking of Best Actor?
Okay, let's see. We've got Antonio Banderas, Leonardo DiCaprio, Adam Driver, Joaquin, and Jonathan Pryce. I think it's definitely top 3.
Yeah.
I think just above Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So behind Banderas, but above Phoenix?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I could put him as number 1, to be honest. He was fantastic in that film. I think it was an amazing role for him.
It was great.
Because he brought just the right level of ego to it.
Yeah. No, he was He was great.
He was fantastically cast.
If it wasn't for the fact that I'm pretty sure Antonio Banderas came 5th, I would say he was the most snubbed. But I would never trade them out. I always want Banderas to be in there. So yeah. I just think the 4. Well, I mean, Price. Yeah, maybe Jonathan Pryce came 5th. I don't know. I feel like DiCaprio, Adam Driver, Joaquin Phoenix, those 3 were always going to be nominated. And then there were 2 that could have maybe been in and out. And I feel like maybe Taron Egerton could have taken... I would happily kick out Jonathan Pryce for Taron Egerton. Yeah. That would be a perfect category for me.
Yeah, sure.
But I feel like there was maybe a danger that they would have kicked out Antonio Banderas, which I would not have been happy with. So, yeah.
No, yeah, that's fair. By the way, interesting little bit here. Parasite, you gave it 5 favourites, your maximum. I didn't give it any.
You didn't like it for anything? Wow.
Apparently not.
Interesting.
I mean, I really liked it.
But it wasn't your favourite in any category. No. Okay.
Yeah, which is...
I feel like it was in a lot of... Because it wasn't in any acting categories. None of the actors were nominated.
Pardon?
None of the actors from Parasite. It's very much an ensemble film.
Yeah, it is.
Did anyone stand out for... I know this probably it's in review. Did anyone in Parasite stand out as the one actor? Have you had to give one acting nomination, or is it too much of an ensemble?
I'd say to the dad as The
dad was great,
any one main character, but multiple people could have been eligible for the main character for the best actor. Yeah,
the son was very much category. In it. Yeah,
but then it could also be for best supporting. Just whatever they thought. But clearly, nothing. Okay, yeah. So that is actually the end of the episode.
Okay, we're done. Okay,
brilliant. So, thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for being a Beyond the Box Set subscriber. And if you do want to hear our full thoughts on every one of these films, every one of the best pictures and all the acting. You can go to patreon.com/beyondtheboxset where we have reviews up there. Most of them right now, some of them coming in the next couple of days, all before the Oscars on Sunday night. And they're all free to listen to. You don't need to be a Patreon subscriber to listen to them. You can listen without paying us any money. But if you feel like it, then
please do, yeah.
We'd be very thankful. It's a few extra benefits you get. You also get a 30-second advert slot on the main show. You get once every month we pick at a Patreon to do an episode also on the main show. You can guest on it if you want. You don't have to though. You also get access to our to our exclusive Facebook group and extended episodes also on the Patreon.
Yes. So yeah, go to patreon.com/Beyond the Box Set for all of that stuff and more.
Yeah, subscribe for as much or as little as you think we're worth. And John, that is it for the Oscars. We've already recorded all our episodes. So this
through the season.
This is us done.
All that remains is to actually watch the ceremony and react to it.
Yeah, so Sunday night, John might be tweeting live. Who knows?
I'll do my best. Yeah. For as long as I'm awake.
Yeah. You don't have to. I just suggested that.
No, yeah. I mean, I'll see. I like to focus. I like to actually watch the show.
Yeah. I know it's a bad idea. John will be thinking about it live.
Yes.
Telepathists, you can tune in. We'll be doing a reaction episode shortly after. Maybe on the Monday. Oh no, probably will be. We're doing.
Yeah,
we're recording. Aren't we?
We'll record on Monday. We'll put it straight out there. Just straight out, unedited. Just
with full hangovers and everything. Yeah.
A peek behind the curtain.
That's that.
Cool.
Great. Who are you hoping for most? Who do you? What's your one award that you really want to be given?
Like, if I could pick one thing,
like last year it was Olivia Colman.
Sure. I think it's Antonio Banderas, but I really don't think there's any way it's going to happen. So it's kind of like a bit.
It's a bit of a null.
It's a bit of a null one. Yeah. I can't think of everything's so predictable that. Well, I say that. I hope I'll be wrong. A lot of it's so predictable this year. Okay, I will say of something that might happen, and this is no disrespect on 1917, which I really think is amazing. I'll be perfectly happy to see it win. If Parasite beats 1917, that would be the kind of surprise I could get on board with.
To Best Picture.
Yeah. I could totally get on board with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I wouldn't be annoyed.
No.
Like, I really think 1917 deserves it and is going to get it.
I think it's safe, but
yeah.
If that happens, I would not be complaining for a
Parasite would be a fantastic one to win.
Really interesting, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it for me. I'd really like Scarlett Johansson to win for something.
Yeah.
Who's the other one who's nominated twice?
No, that's just it. Margot Robbie was nominated twice in the BAFTA Awards.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And did not win any, so, there you go.
Yeah, I'd like Scarlett Johansson to win, but it's not the end of the world.
No.
It doesn't feel like it's the end of her career or...
No, she's got other opportunities.
Or like Olivia Colman, the perfect time in her career.
Yeah, exactly. It's just she did a good role.
Yeah. Great. Okay, finally, that's it.
Okay, we're done.
Let's go to the pub.
Let's go to the pub. Cool.
Great.